Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best non-stick skillet. Starting at number 5. Lodge carbon steel. Like I hinted at earlier, carbon steel behaves very similarly to cast iron. It's not quite as versatile. The lower, more sloped sides mean it's difficult to fry, braise, or bake in it. But it is somewhat lighter. Notably, it's the material most woks are made out of. Practical for maneuvering around the stove and picking up and flipping ingredients. The surface tends to be a bit smoother than cast iron, making it more amenable to delicate ingredients like seafood. I use mine for everything from paella to pressing cubanos because they are quite heavy, says Chef Jordan Wallace, culinary director of Denver's Pizzeria Locale. Use on gas, electric, induction stovetops, outdoor grills, or open fire. Seasoned with oil for a natural, easy-release finish that improves with use. Easy care, hand wash, dry immediately, rub with cooking oil. Made in USA, approximate 10-inch diameter rim to rim/7, 25-inch bottom. Note: coarse or chipped a surface is a result of seasoning the pan in production. It is not a sign of damage, but simply caramelized seasoning baked onto the iron itself and disappears with use. It is inherent in the seasoning process and not a defect. Coming at number 4. All-Clad D3 Fry. In home kitchens, you're more likely to find stainless steel than copper skillets. And when it comes to stainless steel, All-Clad is the tried and true forever favorite. It's a brand that has surrounded me my whole life, in the classic Food Network cooking shows I used to watch, in my mom's cabinets from the time I was born, and in the test kitchen of Bon Appetit, where I used to work. Robert Guimond, the chef and owner of Public Display of Affection in Brooklyn, swears by his to steam ingredients or help them cook faster, and it comes with a matching lid for splatter control. For the best of both worlds with a touch of copper magic, and a price that's about the same as All-Clad stainless steel. Material makes a stainless steel skillet with a copper core that I have used for several years now. To be fair, I've never cooked on straight Mobile copper before, so I can't compare it directly. But what I can say is this pan heats up and cools down evenly, and I think the design is particularly sleek. At number 3. Green Pan Valencia Pro. While Teflon coatings should be avoided because of the toxic chemicals that can scratch off from them, there are a bunch of other materials and processes that can make a skillet non-stick. Both the Zwilling and the Cuisinart models are not coated with Teflon. But some folks are sticklers for ceramic-coated pans, supposedly the safest and healthiest of all. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of ceramic because I find that the surface isn't quite as non-stick as others, especially over time. But many people swear by them, and Green Pan, which has different series of its ceramic non-stick pans with slightly varying properties, seems to be the favorite. And I also like that they're really oven safe, up to 600 degrees. My oven doesn't even go to 600 degrees. To that point, cookbook author Valerie Lomas even told me she's even baked a galette, which obviously goes in the oven, in her Green Pan. Number 2 of my list. Zwilling Madura Plus. For a long time, it was a fact in my mind that you shouldn't spend too much money on a non-stick skillet because, unlike cast iron and stainless steel, they are not meant to last forever. But after years of cooking in my own kitchen, many with this pan, as well as some very thorough research, I think it's safe to say what you want is a moderately priced non-stick. It should be a workhorse, frying and scrambling eggs, crisping up fish skin and leftover rice, griddling pancakes, gently toasting spices, but one you don't have to be overly precious about. Bottom line, I wouldn't spend much more than $100 on something that will inevitably need to be replaced. But I also wouldn't spend too little on a random pan that is bound to fall apart after only a year or two, if not sooner. I still try to be cautious when flipping things with my metal fish spatula, tongs, and slotted spoon. But even when I've scraped the pan accidentally, I've never seen a scratch on the surface. I also love that the handle stays cool to the touch, which is obviously not the case with every pan. And number 1. Lodge L8SK310. Choosing a best overall skillet is easier than you might expect given the vastly different categories I laid out above. But really, if you only had to cook with this single one for the rest of your life, you'd be pretty okay. As a material, cast iron can pretty much do it all: get really hot and retain that heat, go from the stove to oven, and hold a non-stick surface if seasoned properly. Lodge cookware comes pre-seasoned, which is a great bonus, but it might require some upkeep over the years. You can sear, sauté, braise, fry, and bake with it. This pan will last you forever, says Daniel Cutler, co-owner and chef of Ronin in Los Angeles. It always comes in handy and never disappoints, adds New Orleans-based chef and restaurateur Alon Shea. For something so useful, the price is already seriously low, but Lonnie Halliday, founder and owner of Brutus Bake Shop, notes that you can often find them even cheaper at thrift shops, yard sales, and antique stores. All you have to do is clean them up, she says. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.